It is one of our greatest treasures here in Northeast Ohio, and there are many focused on protecting it. The Great Lakes Summit is underway in Cleveland. News Channel 5's Paul Kiska tells us why we need to care about the health of Lake Erie. It's new at 6. Paul?
Well, the Lake Erie and the Great Lakes not only supply drinking water to 30 million people, but also generate tourism and many jobs. But fertilizer runoff and destructive fish invading rivers are cause for concern. The question in Cleveland this week at this summit, is there enough federal funding to keep cleaning up the Great Lakes?
It's my oasis. It just is. It's very peaceful here.
Carol Lankowitz says Lake Erie's natural beauty is calming, but Erie's future causes her concern.
We need to take more pride in what we have here, and we have one of the Great Lakes.
Great Lakes advocates don't want to see a federal budget debate cut money to clean up the Great Lakes and its rivers.
The rivers all flow into the lake, so it's all but one big water system, and anything that goes into the Cuyahoga, the Ashtabula, or the Maumee eventually ends up in Lake Erie.
Concerns right now include preventing destructive Asian carp from getting into the Great Lakes and debilitating the food chain for perch and walleye, how to prevent dead zones created by low oxygen levels, and cleaning up those toxic algae blooms from farm runoff.
When you take your dog down to Lake Erie and the dog goes for a swim off the beach and gets sick because of algae blooms and a terrible imbalance in Lake Erie, then something's wrong. This funding helps address the cleanup of those algae blooms.
The Great Lakes region creates hundreds of millions of dollars in tourism, boating, commercial and recreational fishing, plus thousands of jobs. The Great Lakes are in the backyard of a heavily populated region, so the issues impacting this cool water could fast become a hot presidential campaign issue.
The president does understand the importance of the Great Lakes. He is from this region and I think has provided really important leadership.
For those like Carol who don't take Lake Erie for granted, bipartisan support of the Great Lakes needs to continue.
This is kind of a park and lake at the same time, and I think a lot of people do take it for granted. But I think we should get out and enjoy it. It's beautiful here.
And how about this for a time being? Just today, the EPA announced $1.7 million in funding to improve water quality here in the Cleveland area. Part of this money will be used to replace the parking lot at Great Lakes Mall in Mentor. The parking lot will be replaced with a special concrete that allows rainwater to infiltrate the ground rather than enter the sewer system, sending contaminants into Lake Erie. Paul Kiska, News Channel 5.